Blueface's father ventured out onto the field to retrieve her from her game, much to Chrisean's dismay. Chrisean was very upset, especially when he found out that the urgent recall for her, a fictitious arrest warrant, was a total farce. She was clearly frustrated because by the time she realized the truth, it was too late and she had already lost her game. Chrisean's anxiety was exacerbated by Blueface's father's lack of confirmation. Hi there and welcome back to Rumor Spill. The needless turmoil that distracted her from a game she loved filled her with a mixture of resentment and betrayal. As she was processing these feelings, a family member interrupted, wanting to seize a moment of normalcy in the midst of the pandemonium. Let's snap a picture. She really is very cute, don't you think? Despite Chrisean's evident irritation, the family member attempted to lighten the situation. Chrisean attempted to bring her passion for the game back to the forefront of this family conversation. Hey, I'm just trying to play, you know, she said, still perplexed by what had happened that day. I don't understand why this is happening. Chrisean then shifted her focus to her legal issues and supporters. It's difficult, but my fans have been amazing throughout everything. On Wednesday, I went to court and yes, I was able to pay for a lawyer myself. Regardless of whether we win or lose today, I'm trying to keep my attention on the field and not on these outside distractions. Her grandfather, Mr. Jonathan, interrupted the tumultuous day by urging her to go away from the field and saying, "Come on." His presence made her already turbulent day much more stressful, as did the rumored surveillance of other police officers. Trying to maintain composure, Chrisean said, "I'm not sure who exactly is watching, but I feel like there are 6 or 8 cops keeping an eye on me, ensuring I'm okay, which is overwhelming. My purpose for traveling to Denver was not to flee. Though it seems like everyone is on edge, I don't think anything really horrible will happen to me. Whatever the situation, we'll handle it." Chrisean became more and more frustrated as the day went on. She bemoaned, "It's Saturday, and I'm dealing with all this now," as she considered how the incidents had ruined not only her game, but her whole day. Chrisean went back to her room for a little while before heading out to the field, ready to explain any more disruptions. "You wouldn't believe it, but my toenail came off," she mentioned, compounding the day's challenges. It's hard to perform your best when even small things start going wrong. Her voice became more defiant and resilient as she went on. "Look, I'm not escaping anybody. Had I known, I never would have come here. I'm standing my ground, even though it seems like everyone else is scared," she said. Miscommunications and interactions with law enforcement appeared to follow Chrisean throughout her ordeal. "I received an odd note claiming I was being sought after by the police. All I really wanted to do was play football, so I told them, then lock me up if you must," she recalled, her annoyance with the circumstances evident. A guy named Jerry seemed equally perplexed, balancing his own issues with the pervasive feeling of dishonesty. Chrisean restated her stance as the police presence became more noticeable. "I'm not fleeing. My purpose for being here is to have fun. The police are not here to apprehend me. Rather, they are here to defend me." The whole thing came to a peculiar head when Chrisean got this weird email referring to her as a war fugitive playing football. After that strange occurrence, she was pulled over by a car for marijuana, which is legal in her native state of California. "There are times when it's just too much," she muttered, unable to handle the constant hassles. With the assistance of her followers and legal counsel, Chrisean stayed resolute to take on any obstacles that came her way, despite the turbulent occurrences. "I'll have this resolved by Wednesday. I've got my lawyer. I'm not running away from anyone," she declared with assurance. Chrisean remained committed to eradicating any misconceptions about her circumstances and the game throughout the entire ordeal. Her ability to bounce back from hardship demonstrated not only her commitment to her sport, but also her will to get past the needless drama that seemed to follow her everywhere. "Everything began when I lured you into a covert but clandestine project. We got ourselves into a lot of hot water. When your parents learned about it, they gave you the all right, I'll handle it from here look. That's when I realized how serious our little journey was, and I'm still treating it that way now. We're stuck in this weird circumstance where it's constantly questioning, are you really serving your community? But this hole will blow over eventually. I did everything I was supposed to, and everything happened exactly the way they expected it to, as if they were about to dismiss everything as unimportant. I couldn't just tell you to leave because of this. Please meet me at the usual corner. You know, racism is a real problem in Oklahoma. It's pervasive in daily interactions, although it's generally unconscious. Jerry, there wasn't a narrative twist at all. She just got up and quit giving you advice, declaring that your project was the biggest joke ever. I'm only expressing my circumstances here. It seems as though you can sense my frustration, even though I don't express it outwardly, when you watch me enter the field, run off, and then return. Things became misinterpreted, went out of hand, and knocked me off balance. I don't know what to say to all of my supporters who came out to see me. I had the impression that the game itself was eluding me and perplexing the coaches as well. They therefore began calling plays other than the ones we had practiced. They're covering for me, and while I'm not angry, I am dissatisfied. Realizing that these changes are a necessary part of living in Colorado is a bitter pill to take. I was outside attempting to talk to an old woman, and she looked at me and blurted out, "Lady," but she didn't come over. Folks are pretty high here. She kept saying, "Say, lady," as if you were in that conversation, and I was trying to make it light by suggesting we snap pictures. However, she retorted that, at that moment, it was the least of her worries. I would much rather not be involved with pictures. Who would want to make a big deal out of me? Still, I'm grateful. Goodbye. I love you all. Sweetheart, goodbye. Is it possible for me to hug you? Oh my goodness, I could use a hug right now. We cherish you. It was a pleasure to meet you. Be careful. I apologize. I'll see you later. I can see why you're sorry, my friend. I feel as though I've disappointed a lot of people today. You are familiar with the procedure. To be honest, when I read that note, I sensed confirmation from the Holy Spirit that I could still play, and I took it to heart. You do recall, do you not? My initial reaction upon reading that note was, it's not a big deal, I still want to play. But then reality set in, and I found that things weren't as simple as I had assumed. In actuality, everyone in this league is rooting for you and wants to see you have fun while playing. Just keep working at it. You're doing the right thing. I truly appreciate that you are still pursuing this. This is my daughter. It appears that people are hesitant to approach you. It's good to meet you, and I just wanted to say hello. What is your name? Music, you added something so amazing to our lives, sweetie. We'll be there for you every step of the way if you choose to pursue it. However, there are moments when it seems as though I'm dragging myself around aimlessly. It seems like everyone is saying, "Oh no, are you serious? Are you really up for this?" Or "I'm ready for a picture," but if everyone is caught up, we might not always be able to make accommodations. Let's arrange for her to take pictures if that is her desire. I dislike being in the spotlight because it gives me the impression that a lot of people are against me, even though everyone is aware of my attempts to behave morally. Like the man, they nevertheless manage to make matters worse. I spoke with my lawyer for a long time before moving to Denver and asked him a ton of questions. After giving me a long explanation, he finally met my gaze and said, "Listen to me. You are meant for this role. Subscribe Rumor Spill for more videos.